So what's up, everybody? I want to come talk to you about lupus, chronic illnesses, just my personal struggles and battles with it. Um, my struggle came with lupus after I was in a car accident in November of 2014, and there were just some things that was going on, and it snuck up on me because even though me was having symptoms, it wasn't to the point where me was so alarmed that me would have ever in a million years thought it to be something to this severity, because me was mostly focusing on the pain that me was having in my body that was coming and going, and to be honest, me actually thought it was just like the medications that caused me to start feeling the way I was feeling. And for of course, my mind is so far away from, being being affected by or having lupus or any type of chronic illnesses or diseases like vasovagal syncope and chronic and other, chronic illnesses and diseases. So I just really thought it was the medications, and of course, I was just like, okay, just side effects. But as time started going on, I would say maybe around January of 2015, one of the things that me really noticed more than anything, that made my memory would just like elapse. Like, it would get what I now know is called brain fog, and it would like really forget stuff, and it's like we wouldn't remember it. It could be so, crucial, so vital, and so important, and we could not, for the life of me, remember what it is that that I need to be remember what it is that's going on. My mind was just like really like going a blank, or just a complete blank. And so as me was just thinking, and I was just, I'd be, brainstorming, trying to figure it out, trying to think and remember things, and it just was not coming to me. So, moving forward, things just started happening, and for me, even though this was the car accident wasn't a good thing for me in so many ways, but in so many ways it was actually a blessing in disguise, because had not me been in the car accident, me would not have been aware of how me really deal with stuff, because I had became so desensitized and immune to how me constantly have coped with things, and it slapped me in the face. It was like a reality check, because how me used to handle things, it's like me completely shut down from everything and everybody, the world, like me go incognito in a minute, but on a really bad level where I would get so vexed, so stressed, so depressed, that like even with my own family, that like my son, I wasn't even able to get up to see him off to school, even though he was old enough to do it himself. But still, it was just the fact, the parent, I want to make sure my baby gets to school safe. Me shut down, like emotionally, mentally, psychologically, not because we wanted to, but my spirit was so vexed, and my psyche had became temporarily paralyzed, where me really could not function like me needed to. And to be honest, I was just running from it, because that's how I have always handled things, is I always ran from my problems, mainly because when I would address my problems and situations, it seemed like it still wouldn't matter, like it just make it worse for me. So I was just like, you know what, even when I know that I'm innocent and I haven't done anything, it's still like I still would get punished for it. So it's just, I started shutting down. This started happening to me when I was a little girl. Like, I would get my ass beat for shit I didn't do. People could lie on me and say so. Me start all, having a car accident and going through all of this trauma in my body and in my psyche and stuff just really opened my eyes up, as they say, your third eye, in my sixth sense. to myself, not anybody else's reality, but my own reality. And that was a really hard pill for me to swallow. And it was going through a very tough time. And, I had the support of my mom, my significant other, my son, friends. I, really wouldn't even tell my friends because I just felt like it was a burden, especially when things don't change. When someone have known you for so long and they just seeing you going through the same shit, same pattern and stuff, and they're like, okay, you need to do something different. You do something different and stuff still don't work out. And you just really trying to find your place. Like, well, damn, what do I do? It seems like no matter what I do, shit just don't work out, for me. And so, yeah, I had found myself going through that for so long, this, destructive, reckless pattern that me literally just psychologically shut down. So we didn't realize how bad it was until I lost my publication and bridges got burnt because of me not being able mentally. I was not mentally as well as physically able to deal with and handle anything. I was, it was like I was in a box, just like trapped in this box. And I could hear voices all around on the outside of the box. And I know that I need to get free. And it was just like I was captured against my will within myself. And so going through this, this car accident and stuff, and then finding out that I had lupus in 2015. But it was confirmed in 2017 because, they were testing me for a lot of different things. They were like, okay, celiac disease, Crohn's disease, multiple sclerosis, because my body was like, my muscles was literally locking up, my knees and my joints was locking up to the point where I was like stiff like a board. It was just a lot of stuff that was going on in my body that me had not experienced ever in my life. So all of this stuff happened once I was in a car accident. And that's a different topic because we need to change the way, these insurance companies pay. I don't think it's fair that, this statute of limitation was like 2 or 3 years. And after that, they get a chance to just walk away free. Because a lot of times we don't really see the true results of or impact of car accidents until sometimes after 3 years. And that's what happened to me. It's like my symptoms got worse and worse and worse. So here we go. It's 2000. Let's fast forward. We're going to move to 2017, where it was confirmed in May. I believe it was May the 14th, where it was confirmed that I absolutely did indeed have lupus. The worst kind, the systemic lupus, however you pronounce the E word. I'm not going to even try it because I cannot pronounce that word. But it's the SLE. Lupus, type of lupus, on top of me already having vitamin D, major vitamin D deficiency. It was really bad. Like my body, and this is when it was like really confirmed as well that my body does not retain nutrients and minerals and vitamins and stuff like it should. My body is abnormal. My esophagus too is abnormal. These are things that was going on with me even as a child, but because of the ignorance back then and not knowing any better, parents just like brushed it over. It'll be like, oh, you going to school anyway. Oh, you going to, we'll just give you some castor oil and, send you about your way, Tylenol, and you gone, Baron, whatever. But it was really at that moment, at that time, even from a little girl, stuff was going on, but it was ignored. And so my body, I guess, just became immune to it. And then it didn't really start back up, flaring up very aggressively. I mean, like on another level of aggressiveness until the car accident. And so with that, I had nerve tissues get damaged. Some nerves in my body got damaged. I got 5 damaged discs in my back and 2 of them right in my neck. And so sometimes, like when I try to turn to the right, it's like I can feel the pull, or I can feel the struggle. Then I can feel this knot in over here and stuff, and my neck just would pop. Like I'm sitting here now, it'll just pop. My back would just pop. Anything, I could pass the hell out, not because of the back, but because of lupus and other stuff. Me feeling fine now, But me can literally just, it can suddenly change just like that, and I would get really sick to the point where I can't even sit up in this chair. I would have to literally lay on this floor, because sometimes it flares up so quickly that I can't even make it to my bed, even though it's right behind me, like really. But anyway, so when these things was going on, you know, it never ever in a million years dawned on me. I had no idea what I was up against. I was very illiterate and ignorant to lupus and chronic illnesses and diseases, even though I had a good friend who had fibromyalgia, and I seen how she used to how she suffered in her body and the stuff that she go through. And so, you know, the doctors was really trying to, I had a whole team of doctor specialists. I had to change PCPs 3 times because the first 2 PCPs were only focusing on my psyche. Because, you know, it's just like everything just came back from, you know, you unintentionally have psychological flashbacks and mental flashbacks of abuse and bullying or any kind of trauma or anything that you experience in your life, when your life has been turned literally upside down, especially when you're at the brink of finally making, you know, that step to that, you know, that door has been opened and you get ready to step over the threshold of that door and your whole world come crashing down. You know, that really did a lot to me, because me had been through a lot. I mean, like on another level. Like when I tell you, me had been through a lot. Didn't even know I was suffering from post-traumatic stress disorders. Me didn't know. I mean, know is that I would just have these psychosis attacks or meltdowns or whatever, where I would even break down in a crowd of people in the store, which that didn't start happening until after the car accident. I may start having mental breakdowns and anxiety attacks on another level in public, and being afraid of people, and oh my gosh, it was just like crazy. I had no idea that a car accident was going to provoke all of this stuff. So as we're going through the process of everything, and you know, I'm trying to find out what's going on, you know, my third PCP that I found, as I say, 3 times the charm it was for me this time, because this PCP, she didn't try to medicate me. What she did, she looked at my history, she looked at my chart, she ordered medical records from other medical institutions, or you know, places that hospitals, doctors that they went to that I had information on, and she got a copy of all of my medical records, and she took her time and she went through them, and she was comparing stuff from way back when, even before I even had my son, who is now almost 19 this month. He'll be 19th on the 21st. Happy early birthday, Angel. Mommy love you. But she really took her time, in other words, because she didn't want to just give me medications for my symptoms and send me about my way like the other ones were. But they were, again, just to restate, they were more focused on my psyche, because me was having nervous breakdowns, and I was suicidal. I was, you know, just a lot of stuff was going on, because I didn't understand what was going on with my physical body. And not only did I not understand what was going on with my physical body, but you know, it's just like all of the stuff, all the bad stuff that was said to me and done to me. It's just like here I am with this opportunity of a lifetime, and I'm right here at the open door to have my career taken off, being invited to host an event on the red carpet with Tommy Ford and stuff for his children's charity event. And you know, God bless his soul, that man is so nice, he's so kind, oh my gosh, and it was such a blessing for me to have met him. But and so, you know, doors was opening up, not with just him, but with some other, you know, agencies and stuff like that. So I was like, oh yes, you know, I finally, you know, arrived. That car accident changed my life. So all of this actually started going down in 2015. Because by the time January came around, I'm going through December having these problems. But again, I just, like I stated, just counted it as just the medication, not understanding what I was really